guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a 50 facts video because those are pretty popular at the moment, apparently. Anyway, so with the help of my glamorous assistant Libby, I have written down, she's written down the information, and I'll start rattling it off. So let's learn more about me, especially if you've only recently subscribed or are considering subscribing to me later on. I'm obsessed with dipping frazzles, which are like a maize bacon crisp you get here in the UK, into curry flavoured pot noodles. Started doing this in college and it's absolutely amazing. You should really try it sometime. I think I actually converted a couple of people to it once. I also prefer my fruit to not be completely ripe, so I like crunchy, hard textures. So my bananas still have to be mostly green, whilst my nectarines, my peaches and my pears have to be kept in the fridge and absolutely rock solid. I blame my stepdad for that, but what can you do? I'm 23 years old, though I'll be 24 next month. I live in Bristol. My first pet was a rat called Vanilla. She was called Vanilla because her fur was creamy white. She had pink eyes, I remember, so I think she was an albino rat. I was 9 when I got her, so hence the kind of creative name. And as you may have noticed, I still struggle to say vanilla. See? I still struggle to say vanilla. I also struggle with salad as well, because I say salad sometimes, or salad. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I don't. And people have teased me something rotten about it over the years. When I was in secondary school, from the ages of 11 to 15, I played the trumpet in the school band. I was appalling. But hey, as long as I could blow it in a special needs band, you're fine. That sounded so wrong. Now Libby insisted I put this fact in. I have a stomach of steel and can eat pretty much anything. When I was at uni, I would sometimes let meat, fresh meat in the fridge, sort of go by its use by date, like 1 or 2 days. And I would still cook the food and eat it, and I never got food poisoning, so everyone was like, oh my god, you have a stomach of steel. I don't really enjoy movies or TV shows. I don't know what it is. I just can't really get into them. Ironically, I studied film and television production at college before I left for university, but yeah, it's very difficult for me to get into a film unless I'm really excited to see it or I'm really invested. I am the biggest Hamilton fan ever. I first saw the Tonys sort of showing of it on YouTube when they did like an excerpt of the show on the awards show, and it got me intrigued, so I went and listened to the whole soundtrack, and by the end of the day it was all I could listen to, and I've been crazy mad about it since. I've actually got a ticket to go and see the shows in London, so I'm really excited. I also own the Hamilton book as well as the the biography that inspired the show. I prefer being too cold rather than too hot. I feel it's much easier to warm yourself up than it is to cool yourself down. I cannot stand being ill, and in another note, Libby has said that I'm a massive drama queen when I am ill, which to be fair is pretty true. I can't stand being ill, I don't like how it makes me feel, and I just sort of hide myself in a blanket, drink all the cold and flu remedies, complain a lot and just wait for it all to blow over. I've got a boyfriend called Matt. We met on OkCupid 3 years ago. We went on one date in Bath for pancakes, and we basically haven't gotten rid of the other since. He has his own YouTube channel, Matt Maloney Presents. I'll pop that in the description below for you. So if you're into watching a load of Let's Plays from 8 or 9 years ago, you can. I was a prankster when I was in secondary school. Me and my best friend at the time, Blitz, I'll call him, We liked to basically prank the teachers. One of my absolute favourites was when we smuggled a firecracker into school, and somehow we managed to get into the kitchens in the food tech office and set it off during a Year 7's lesson. So yeah, I was a terrible, terrible person. I also used to convince the Year 7's that the school toilets were haunted. Yep, that was me. And then I transferred to a mainstream school, so all that sort of misbehaviour kind of went into getting my good grades. I'm obsessed with musical theatre in general. I'm part of a show choir that sings in a cappella in my hometown of Bristol. I'll put information about that in the description as well, in case you're from Bristol and you fancy that kind of thing. I've been into musical theatre ever since I think I was about 10 when I saw Grease for the first time. And then I went to see Joseph live on stage for the very first time, and I've been hooked ever since. I am a soprano. I sing soprano, which is the highest note that a singer can hit. Sometimes I'm more mezzo or mezzo, which is sort of kind of in the middle between soprano and alto, but I can definitely hit those higher notes. Just don't ask me to do it right now because I'm just recovering from a cold. When I was at university, I studied creative writing. I've had some pretty strange jobs. I've had some cool jobs, but I've had some pretty weird ones. One of the weirdest was that I was a costumed guide at the Jane Austen Centre in Bath whilst I was at university in the city, which basically meant I had to dress in period wear and just talk about Jane Austen for most of the day, which was great fun actually. The only downside is that because traffic is really bad in Bristol, I'd have to commute in costume, which I'll probably talk about more in another video. I take part in National Novel Writing Month every single year, or NaNoWriMo. It's basically you have the month of November and you write 50,000 words in 30 days. I've never succeeded, but every year I still attempt it anyway. I'll probably end up doing a NaNoWriMo series here on this channel. I can't stand going to the dentist. I had a lot of treatment done as a kid. I had a gold crown put on one of my molars. I also had quite a few fillings as a kid. I just don't like my people poking about in my mouth, in my teeth, so I'll only go to the dentist if I absolutely have to. I've worn glasses since I was 7. When I'm stressed, I chew my little finger. I don't know why or how it started, but I started doing it when I was 13. It was sort of like a nervous tic, and I can't seem to shake that habit off. I also twirl my hair in my fingers as well when I'm stressed. My favourite flavour of ice cream is pistachio. I can't stand roller coasters. I'm absolutely terrified of going on them. Halloween is my favourite seasonal holiday. And to sort of follow on from that, I'm a pagan who practices witchcraft. Again, I'll probably have a smaller series as a side on this channel where I talk about it in further detail. Jane Austen is my favourite author. I've been sorted into Hufflepuff on Pottermore. My middle name is Jane. I have a Cocker Spaniel called Charlie. She's 11 years of age and she's adorable, and you see her quite a lot in this channel. Mulan is my favourite classic Disney movie, and Moana is my favourite more modern Disney film. I started playing with makeup and wearing it regularly when I was 14. I prefer savoury foods to sweet foods. I've got one tattoo. A picture hopefully will pop up on the screen now. It's basically a Hamilton themed tattoo with there's a million things I haven't done with a semicolon instead of an I as a nod to the mental health movement. My favourite pizza topping is pepperoni. I'm currently reading Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I am a Scorpio, which is the most emotional of the water signs. I came out as pansexual 3 years ago. Pansexual is basically when genitals and gender doesn't matter in your attractions. If you like somebody, you find them attractive regardless of who or what they are, which is pretty cool. I am on the autistic spectrum and was also diagnosed with ADHD, or attention hyperactive deficiency disorder. I think that's how you say it, ADHD, yeah. Basically I've got ADHD as well. Fun times. My biggest pet peeve is rude people, especially when there is no reason for you to be rude. There are times where you can kind of get away with being rude, but when you're just being rude just to be a jerk, I do not like that. It's one of my biggest peeves. I am a backseat driver. Now, I can't actually drive and I don't hold a provisional license, but Matt will attest to the fact that I road rage on his behalf. I get really cross with other drivers on the road doing stupid things, and I'll shout and yell at them whilst he just sits there cool as a cucumber. I want a career in beauty and in writing, so hopefully at some point I'll end up probably writing a beauty book, and I'd like to aim that to young people who have learning disabilities and are on the spectrum, to help them feel as beautiful as any other human being. I also want to be a novelist as well as a makeup artist. I love candles with sandalwood, patchouli, or in general just very fresh herbal fragrances. Eye makeup is my favourite makeup to do. I get really excited when my eyeshadow blend is just so, and when my eyeliner is perfect. I get very, very happy. My favourite season is autumn. I love the change in the air as the seasons change, and I love the leaves crunching and animals sort of singing as they trot off on their holidays to escape the coldness of the winter. It's just a really lovely time of year. And you've got Halloween, you've got pumpkin spice and all those lovely things as well. Giraffes are my favourite animal. It's because I was a kid that was tall and clumsy, but I could be graceful and pretty at the same time. Pretty much like a giraffe, which is why they're my favourite animal. When I was a teenager, I really wanted to be a West End actress. I saw Wicked when I was 15 and I just wanted to be Alphaba so bad. But yeah, that wasn't in my life plan, unfortunately, in the end. I swear like a sailor. You wouldn't see this in my normal vlogs and stuff because I try and keep it safe for work most of the time. But when I'm just around my mates, quite a lot of what I say has to be censored in one way or the other. Basically, you wouldn't be able to put me in a movie before The Watershed, basically. My celebrity crushes, I've got two. My first one is Dita Von Teese. She is the burlesque performer that's very, very popular. I love her pale skin and her black hair. She's one of my style crushes as well as a general crush as well. And when I found out she was bisexual, I got so excited. My male crush at the moment is Lin-Manuel Miranda. Not just because he's creative, but because he's adorable, he's clever, and he's very selfless and very caring. And those eyes, geez, those big brown eyes, they're beautiful. I could swim in them. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop fangirling now. And my final fact is that I cannot live in a world where tea does not exist. I have to have at least 1 cup of tea a day. If I don't, then I become unbearable to live with, as a lot of people at uni and my support worker would probably attest to. So after all that, those are my 50 facts about me. I hope that you've enjoyed watching this and that you've learned something about me that you wouldn't have thought of. And if you've got any cool facts about yourself, pop them in the description below. Not in the description, in the comments below, because I would love to learn more about you guys too. So have a lovely rest of your day and I will catch you later. Bye!